if there is no response to a remedy, the remedy is not indicated. If it is indicated, there will be response. So the statement that the person is not reacting to indicated remedies is a nonsense by itself. But there are cases which look like this. There are cases which look like the person is getting precise remedy, but there is no response. It looks like it, but it's not like it. There can be a situation, for instance, and it's not only the case with miasms, it can be the case with grief or shock or whatever. You have a patient and you find some symptoms, and these symptoms seem to be clearly pointing to a remedy, let's say phosphorus, right? You give phosphorus and nothing happens. And you say, how is it possible? There is a thirst, the person is communicative and open and sympathetic, and there is a fear of thunderstorms and everything. So you have a list of symptoms confirming phosphorus, but you give phosphorus, nothing happened. But if this is the case, it means that phosphorus is not the uppermost remedy. That's it. End of story. Okay? It's not the uppermost remedy. In such situation, it means that there is a layer, there is a uppermost remedy, which is not so visible because there are more symptoms to underlying remedy, but this uppermost remedy is not so visible because maybe there are only 2 or 3 keynotes. If you take the case properly, you usually find out what the problem was. The situation may be that these symptoms pointing to phosphorus have been there for maybe 10 years or 5 years or 3 years, long-standing symptoms. But you find out that 1 year ago there was a very major relationship breakup. So there was a major grief, right? And since then, everything seemed to be the same, with the one difference that there are migraines and worsening of sleep, worsened sleep. That's it. And you see only very strong grief in the case. And this grief prevents phosphorus from acting. You understand how the grief was felt by the patient. You connect it with few symptoms that developed after it, and you end up with ignatia or natrum muriaticum or phosphoric acid or whatever. You give the remedy, and you see the reaction, and then some other phosphorus symptoms will complete the picture. You give phosphorus and it acts beautifully. That's the case usually. You didn't see the uppermost remedy. That's why phosphorus did not act, because it was not the uppermost at the moment. There was another uppermost layer which is not so visible, because uppermost is not always rich in symptoms, if you understand what I mean. Uppermost sometimes means it's indicated on a basis of 2 keynotes, which are uppermost. Uppermost does not mean that it covers totality. There can be totality pointing to remedy, and there will be 2 keynotes pointing to uppermost, right? But if you know what is the uppermost, then you will prefer the uppermost from the totality, because you understand the case. That's why I said why the understanding is so important. But without this understanding, you cannot prefer 2 symptoms from 10 symptoms, never. Because you don't know why did you do this, or why would you do this, if you don't understand the case. But if you understand what happened, that there was a major grief, you really know it, you get this information, you know that 2 symptoms developed from after this grief, you connect it with the etiology, and you come to ignatia, you give ignatia, and everything goes smoothly. But unless you understand it, you are done. You cannot solve this case by repertory, by anything. You just have to understand it. It's most important part of case taking is the understanding. There is nothing which can be this.